Hey everybody, welcome to Give Me 5 Minutes with Fort Smith City Director Neil Martin, where we talk about the events that happened last week and we look ahead to what's going on this week. Let's go ahead and jump in. We had a board meeting on April 16th. The main focus of the meeting was to talk about water rates. There was a motion, or there was an item on the agenda to raise water rates for a 2-year period. Or for 2 years, for 2 years of a 5-year overall rate increase plan. There was a lot of discussion. We talked for over an hour about this. I had some significant questions based on some data that we've received. A lot of the directors had a number of topics that they want to discuss. Ultimately, we decided to table that agenda item. So we didn't vote on it. The tabling was 6-1. George Katsavas voted against it. But really, we were kind of at an impasse, or we didn't have a clear path forward based on all the discussions and all the discussion items. So that item was tabled. It looks like there could be a special study session to discuss it and further talk, but there's some things that have to be answered. And I encourage you to go to fortsmithar.gov/watch. There you can see the full agenda and you can watch the discussion around water rates. You can see what I had to say, what other directors had to say, and kind of see where you sit on that situation. So I encourage you to do that. We had a couple other items, but really primarily the sewer or the water rates was the major item. And again, you can see the full, everything that we discussed at fortsmithar.gov/watch. This Tuesday, we have a study session. In that study session, it'll be at the Blue Line, 101 North 2nd Street in downtown Fort Smith. We'll be receiving a presentation from the Central Business Improvement District regarding their strategic action plan. Some really neat items that they have, that they've designed and could potentially improve walkability and flow downtown. So I encourage you to take a look at that. We'll be reviewing grant funds, or spending of grant funds from the federal government, the Community Development Block Grant and the home funds. We'll be looking at the recommendations from our committee that oversees those and looks at those applications. We'll also be talking about the potential removal of all parking meters in the downtown area. We've done it for the first quarter of 2024, and there doesn't seem to be a major problem with it. Folks not parking there and staying there. So we may ultimately move that forward and vote to have meters removed at all times in downtown. And then we're also going to discuss the Director of Internal Audit. What are we going to do with the Director of Internal Audit going forward? So, lots of interesting things to talk about, and I encourage you to come out to the Blue Line, or you can always watch online. I hope this information was informative and made you better aware of the items in front of your board of directors. I always encourage you to reach out to me. You can do it here on Facebook, Instagram, X. You can send me an email at neil.martin@fortsmithar.gov. I'd love to hear from you. We'll do this again next Sunday on Give Me 5.